Well, kia ora, good morning everybody. Welcome to Harcourt's Holmwood. My name is Daniel Pengelly. I'm one of your auctioneers looking after you this morning. I'm accompanied by Bridget Andrews over to my left in green and Mr. Kyle Siebert, who is doing some paperwork, maybe out of the room, but we're your auction team today to assist you to sell and buy property. Now, I would like to point out our bosses that we work for. We've got Mr. Kyle Sutherland, our CEO, and I've got Hayden Broadbelt to my left, our auction manager, and Mr. Jason Wills to our right here, our operations manager. If the reason I point these people out, if you've got any questions as we go through things this morning, please wave one of our team over. We're here to assist. We're here to answer any questions that you have. Now, I also want to say a huge thank you to our owners in the room this morning. Thank you so much for all of your work preparing for the open homes over the last 4 weeks, dealing with all the paperwork, all the preparation. I understand it's a lot of work and it's a stressful process, but mostly thank you for choosing to work alongside our award-winning team here at Harcourt's Holmwood. Now, there are a few rules and regulations to which we run our auction room to. I'm just going to run you through that now to make sure we're all working on an even playing field. So bidding today will be cash and unconditional. Our agents will have made all the appropriate paperwork and documentation available to you throughout the campaign. That is the title and the contracts from which we work as approved by the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand and the Auckland District Law Society. Now, our properties are being offered for sale today subject to a reserve price. So if the top accepted bid matches or betters that reserve, why, then you'll be buying the property. Now, as auctioneers, we may nominate the sums in which we raise the bidding, so we might say 10 or 20,000. We also may refuse any bid if we do not deem it in the best interest of our owners. Now, we may choose to place a bid on behalf of our owners if needed. If we do that, we're going to clearly label it as a vendor bid, and we'll only do that under that reserve price that I've just mentioned. Now, you will notice there are a few agents with ties on around the room. They're here assisting hopeful buyers. So as auctioneers, we'll endeavour to point them out when they're getting involved in the fray so you know who they are and that they've cited the appropriate paperwork for them to do so appropriately. Now, one unknown part of auction is that our owners may withdraw their property from sale at any time. That's up to and even during the auction. What this really means is if we don't reach that reserve price, then we may pause with the top bidder. We may go into one of our negotiation rooms, have a conversation and see if we can reach agreement. If that happens outside the room, what that's saying is the owners could choose to sell to them out there and not come back into the room. So my best advice to you is hold the top bid at all times, and either we'll be selling to you or we'll be talking to you first. Does that make sense? Wonderful, excellent. So now if there's any confusion on a bid, say if two of you go at once, we'll take the first one that we noticed, and if needed, we will revert to the last undisputed bid before we then resume the auction from there. Now, the key thing, though, that you all care about is when you hold that top bid and the hammer comes to the lectern, like so, you're going to join our agents to sort two things quite promptly. Firstly, you'll sign that memorandum of contract and acknowledge you've received the approved REA guide. And secondly, you're going to arrange the payment of your 10% deposit. And then you'll be talking about when you're going to take the keys off the owners. So those are all the rules for today. Now, there is a slight change in our order this morning. We're just going to jump ahead to 93 Edinburgh Street in Spraydon, and we will be then returning to Stapletons Road, but we're just ready to go with that one first. So, very good morning to you all. I welcome Zanny Paulson to the front of the room when she's ready. She's busy working amongst you. She has been looking after 93 Edinburgh Street in Spraydon. A wonderful campaign, Zanny. Yeah, jump on that side. Make sure you get in the camera there, Zanny. Welcome to all of you joining us online this morning. Now, the property itself, formally described as an estate in freehold, comprised of 396 square metres, more or less, on Lot 2, deposited plan 415397, all contained and described on that record of title that Zanny has provided to you over the last 3 weeks. Settlement, that's just round the corner, Thursday the 19th of June, or any other date mutually agreed in writing with our owners already. Now that list of chattels, that remains unchanged, and I take it that you have read and understood further terms 23 to 25 of the contract. You bid, you buy on that basis this morning. Now to the property itself, on a private rear section, that wonderful wide driveway. I notice, Annie, when you get down to out the front, there's enough space for off-street parking for, I reckon, at least 2 cars, maybe a trailer or a boat, caravan, whatever you need, while still being able to get access to that double garage. You've got a wonderful spacious kitchen here, that excellent north-facing patio, the house itself, great condition, single level, easy construction, low maintenance yard. I particularly liked out the back, you've got the back patio concreted underneath the washing line, so in winter you're going to be absolutely fine putting the washing out, new carpet throughout. It is all ready to go, particularly also that study nook. That for me would be where I've got all my baking on a Sunday, all ready for the lunches for the week to come. That may be you soon. You may become that sort of organised person in a home like this. Now I'm going to get things underway on behalf of our owners on a vendor bid of 400,000. That's a low, exciting number. My suggestion from here, a simple 20,000. 400 with me on a vendor bid. 420 is my suggestion, but don't let me limit you if you want to go more. Haven't mentioned the low. 20 at 420. Good luck, team, at 420. Zanny working with you to hopefully secure the property today at 420. 440 is what I look for now. Kyle Sutherland working with a buyer on the phone. Good luck to you at 440. I come back over here. 460 is my suggestion. 460 on the nod. Wonderful at 460. Kyle, I return to you as at 480, on the nod at 480. Everybody else is welcome in as well at 500, but 480 here, ma'am, is 500 the next move. And on the nod at 500, good property in Edinburgh Street, 520. Kyle, can I say? At 520 now, 540, the game of tennis. 510, can't go backwards, ma'am, we're at 520 at the moment, but would you like to add 10? And we go to 530. And I understand the excitement, ma'am, I'm with you, it's all good. At 530, 530 now. Kyle, at 550, staying strong in those 20s. At 550 here, and is it 60, ma'am? At 560, wonderful. And is it 580? I heard it here first, sorry, at 580. Would you come in at 90? At 590, welcome in team, working with Kapul, one of our agents at 590. Ma'am, haven't forgotten us at 600. Oh, 600 there, Kyle, going again at 600. 610 is my suggestion. 610, it's your turn now, sir, at 620. 615, I'll allow it at 615, cutting me down to fives. Kyle, is it 520? Oh, sorry, 620. 630, that's exciting. 15 on top at 630, ma'am. 640, nice and strong at 640. Is it 50, sir? 45, working in the fives. I should have remembered at 645. Is another 15? 50 at 650. Hayden, I might need some instructions at 650. 55. At 655 here at the front. Is it 60?
Dan, change instructions on the market.
On the market. Thank you, Hayden. Thank you to my owners. Exciting. I sell away here at 655 and 660. That terrible New Zealand band. There it is at 660. Oh, it's controversial. 662. Absolutely the two on top. 665, absolutely in the front with the bidding. And is it another two, sir? 70. At 670 now. Is it 75? 672. 72, absolutely. At 672. 6725. 75. And 75. 2.5 on top at 675. 676, absolutely up the front, considered. at 676 and 680 now. Back with Kyle at 680. Is it another one, ma'am? 682. Oh, don't let me underestimate you. At 682, that's the way to do it. At 682 and 85. 87 would be my suggestion. 87. 687, and I sell away here. 690, thank you. 690,000 with Kyle and his buyer on the phone. Do you go the 2 again, ma'am, at 692? 692. Haven't forgotten about you, sir, at the back. You're welcome at any time. I'd be going straight to the 7. Stamp your authority on it at 692 and 95. At 695 to my left. Is it the 97, ma'am, again?
696.
96. Get you in front at 696. First call. 97. And 97. 98. Considered buying here in Spraydon at 698. First call at 698,000. 700. At 700. There it is. Thought it was coming. At 700. Is it 701, ma'am? They often stop at those round numbers.
705.
Yes, absolutely. $700,500. Yep, I'm with you at 700, 500. First call at 701. He's matching fire with fire, ma'am. Getting down to it now at 701. It's another 500 at 701, 500. Good. And 02, 702. At 702,000. Is it another 5? Absolutely. Yep, leave you to discuss. Talk with Zenny. At 702. There's a lot of property here. Centennial Pool, no, Pioneer Pool, not far away. Good wave pool there, Lynn? You know that, you've been in there. At 702,000. Good way to distract the kids on the weekend. At 702,000. We're at 702. Consulting with her agent, good strategy. At 702 here. Absolutely, thank you, ma'am. Worth it, because it gets you in front at 702. I would start, and 703, there it is. You fought well, ma'am. You've got good taste at 703. I'll give you time to reconsult if you wish. Otherwise, I sell away here. Check with you, Kapul, and your buyer at 703. First call at 703,000. Second, third, final time. Absolutely sure, ma'am. Just double checking before we let it go. In which case, I'm happy to say 93 Edinburgh Street is going. It's going. Sold. Congratulations to Kyle's client on the phone. A wonderful campaign by Zanny Paulson. And we'll be back with you shortly to take you back to Stapletons Road.
Well, that was a good start to the day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to our next auction, which is 36 Stapletons Road in Richmond. Now, Joe Mansbridge from our Mayor office has been in charge of bringing this property to the market, has done an absolute superb job at marketing it. Now, a very warm welcome to our owner, Jenny. I must commend you on how beautifully presented you have your home take to the market. To the contract I take you, the property is more formally described as a freehold parcel, 794 square metres, more or less, on certificate of title CB 388222. Now, settlement date is set down for the 1st of July 2025, unless you're working to a pre-arranged date and the chattels remain the same as per the contract. Well, this is such an impressive home. It has a good, perfect blend of comfort, style, space and convenience. A post-quake gem. It's built by that trusted team at GJ Gardner and set on a really good slice of land. When you step inside, it's so warm and inviting. It's modern, it's light and bright, and it was just basking in sun when I was there. It's got a fantastic floor plan. The bedrooms, they lead off that hallway. I love that modern kitchen, which flows through to that spacious dining area, then through to that living room with those doors opening out to that deck. This would be just the perfect entertaining area. It's immaculate throughout. It's got quality fittings throughout. You've got the white shutter blinds and that ducted heating to keep you warm in the winter and cooler in the summer. You've got all that extra storage space. You've got that attic, which is perfect for hiding Christmas presents or somewhere for you to hide in family gatherings. Double garage, plenty of off-street parking. Outside, great outdoor area. You've got mature trees there. You've got a fruit trees, a veggie garden, and you've got that fully consented studio that has been updated. It's a great little income earner, that, or somewhere for teenagers, guest wing, or somewhere to perhaps just go and have your nana nap in the afternoon. It's just so much to love about this home. So I could go on and on, Joe, but I think we've got some excited bidders here. So I look for your opening bid, ladies and gentlemen, 36 Stapletons Road. Does someone want to start us away with an opening bid? Not a silent auction. It's 800,000, somewhere nice and easy to start. 800. Welcome in, sir. Good luck today. At 800, we're away. Who goes next? Shall we travel in 25? Somewhere nice and easy. 825. Looking now. At 800 over here, I'll call it away 3 times. First call at 800. Looking for 825 now. Second call, 825. Kyle there bidding on behalf of a phone bidder there. Good luck to your bidder, Kyle. At 825, 850, can I say? At 850, back at 850. 875, Kyle, would be the place to go. Or take us to 9. At 850, first call. Second time, welcome other bidders in at this stage. Third call at 850. 875, there he goes, 900, can I say? At 875 is the bid to beat. 885, okay, 885 just cuts me a bit short, but puts you back in front. Nice place to be. It's the least stressful place to be at 885 in front. 900, can I say, Kyle? At 885, first call. 95 just puts a 10 on. 900, there we go. At 900,000. At 900, is there 920 perhaps? At 900,000, first call. Post-quake build, immaculate throughout, good sized family home, grow your own veggies. 90. 910, sorry, I think I said 90. That's a great bid, Kyle, 90,000. At 910,000 I have now, at 910. 915 just puts a 5 on top. At 915, 920, can I say, Kyle? At 915, first call. 20 now, back in front. 21, just the 1. We go to the 5. Yeah, go on, good on you. That was easy. At 925, 930, can I say, Kyle? At 925, let's get you back in front. 2 in the race at this stage. Feel free to join in any time. At 925, first call. Can I say 930, Kyle? Second. Bids against you? 930. At 930. At 930. 935. I'll take your 1 now if you like. Just an easy 1,000. One for the road, eh? At 930,000, I'll get some instructions, Joe, at 930. 931, there he goes. At 931. Can you take me to 935, Kyle? At 931, first call. The bid's against you, it's down here. Second call at 931. Immaculate throughout. 35 now at 935, back in front. Would you like another one, sir? At 935 is the bid to beat. Well, we're on the market. Thanks, Joe. Change of instructions. We're on the market at 935,000. At 935 with you, Kyle, on the phone. We're on the market. We're playing for keeps now. The keys are in the door at 935. First call. We're on the market. We're selling. Second call. And one. New face in the race. Hello there, Tom Hardy. At 937. 36. All right, 936. At 37 over here. Good, back in front. Welcome back. At 937. Take me to 40, Kyle. At 9437 is the bid to beat. First call. It's down over here at 937. Tom, 938, can I say? 938 over there with Tom. At 938, 939. You've said no to me before. It's a sign of strength, changing your mind here in the auction rooms. We do have a lot of people change their minds here, so it's okay. All right, at 938,000, over with you, Tom. First call, we're on the market, we're selling. Second call at 938. Another one? 40, great bid. 41 now, back with Tom. At 941, over here, 941, 942. Don't be put off by him, he's a professional. At 941, we're on the market, we're selling. First call, it's over here. Second call is against you, Kyle. 941. 942, 943. Quickly back. Quick bids are good. At 943 now. 943, 944. At 943, over here with Tom. Great location. The owners were telling me yesterday they have a community garden here. Everyone gets together. Great community to be part of. Another one at 4445 now, back with Tom. He's quick, this man. At 945,000. First call. Great family area, good schools nearby, close to town. First call at 945. Second call, we're on the market. Third and final call, sir, can I get you back in for another one? Absolutely sure. I thought she's nodding her head. Listen to the boss. At 945 over here, third call, Kyle. Absolutely sure. Absolutely sure. Okay, tell your bidder good bidding. At 945,000, Tom, it's looking good. All right, I'll call it down 3 times. First, second, third. Well, congratulations, you're the new owners. The property's now gone and sold. Commiseration to our underbidders. Congratulations to our vendors. Thank you for the opportunity. Great campaign, Joe. We'll be back with you shortly.
All right, bidders and buyers, we continue now to offer you some wonderful property from our catalogue. We go now to number 1 at 28 Strickland Street here in Christchurch. It is brought to the market by Peter and Catherine Hampton, the Hamptons, who happen to be about 40,000 feet over Dubai as we speak. Catherine and Peter, if you are watching, please make sure you're in flight mode, all right? This is a wonderful property here at number 1 at 28 Strickland Street. The contract describes a cross-lease and fee-simple title. It is flat 1, deposited plan 48811. On lot 4, deposited plan 47478, having one half share in 580 square metres more or less. Your settlement date, the 19th of June 2025, that being a Thursday. You may well be working to a pre-agreed date. This home, of course, built in an era like many in the neighbourhood, synonymous with good construction, permanent material build. That should give you peace of mind. It's been beautifully modernised and enhanced just in the last year. Our seller, he's well known to us. He does really good work, no cut corners. There has been an addition of a third bedroom here by way of a very, very clever wall. Acoustic insulation within that wall assuring privacy. So it just adds to the value, whether it's an investment or a first or second home, a downsize. It just makes so much good sense. Great centrally located kitchen. It's got a feeling of warmth throughout, neutral decor, and I really just think the floor plan makes a lot of sense. This location, we know the benefits, of course, excellent school zones, Cashmere, Summerfield, and Christchurch South as well. And if you're a foodie, gosh, Formaggio's, all sorts of Thai, options galore at your doorstep, just a hop, skip and a jump away. So it makes a lot of good sense. The only question now is, bidders and buyers, who the new owner will be here at number 1 at 28 Strickland Street. I'm in your hands. I look for an opening bidder offer. Who starts us away? Who says go? I was hoping for a bit more than that. What do you reckon? Surely there's a 480 perhaps? Maybe that makes sense. If you don't, bidders and buyers, I will. You're 480. Nice to see you, Margie Danza, with the buyer there. Working with George Clark as well at $480,000. I bid it away 3 times. First call at 480. Second call at 480. I seek 20 on the rise at $480,000 and 500. Nice to meet you folks at 500,000. There's your competition team at 500 and 520 now. Locked and loaded Thington Bank. Can I say 540? At 520 I have. Once called at 520,000. Second call, lovely, light-filled living at 520,000 and 540. 540 the bid now against you, good people. New interest is welcome at 540 and 560. At 560, fairly bid and offered in 560. False alarm at 560. The door's open for you folks. I'll take 10 if you like, if you prefer. At 560, I have it here. Going once at 560,000. 575. Oh, I like that bid at 575. More than what I asked for at 575. And 600. A nice astute move there at 600. 605. No problem at all at $605,000. At 605 and 610. Strictly in zone is the heading. It'll underpin your value. At 610. Future Prime Ministers live in this neck of the woods at $610,000. Bids against you. On the first call at 610,000. 615. She improves her own position. That's called a double bid. It's just a technique. All right. At 615,000. Could be the last dollar. There's one way to test it. At 615. Would you give me 2.5? At 615, ma'am, you have my full permission to change your mind. I'll give you a moment to think about it. At $615,000. Any new interest? At 615,000. Once at 615. Second, our job is to mitigate your regret. It's getting colder. Open homes are no fun. Third and final call at 615, a 2.5, a last lunch, and 6 how much? 617. Would you give me the extra 500? All right, at 617. It's Margie Danza. Very, very astute at 617. First time, second call. Third and final call, any better bid, any better offer? All right, we're going to have a quick pause and have a conversation, Margie, with your buyers there at 617,000. Folks, auction is open. If there is any change, any new offer, please let the team know. We're back with you very soon. All right, bidders and buyers, thanks for patiently waiting. If you are just joining us, welcome. Welcome as well to those at holmwood.co.nz. It's great to have you via the live stream. Hundreds of people from all over the country tune in for a little bit of free theatre and some good property information on offer every Wednesday here. And I take you now to Redwood. It is 38A Greenwich Street in Redwood, brought to the market by Kay Caddick on behalf of our lovely owner who's been at this property for approximately 1.5 decades and thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been such a happy spot for her, but her next spot is fully booked. She's ready to rock and roll. She's very excited to hand over the keys to some very lucky purchasers. Now, the contract describes a cross-lease and fee simple title. It is flat 1, deposit plan 47962 on lot 2, deposit plan 47895, a half share in 646 more or less, and your settlement date the 4th of July 2025. Is that a Bastille Day? I think it is. Not even sure what. It's a French thing, I think. Oh, maybe. Indeed. Hey, it'll be a lucky day for you, though, because you are buying something super reliable, both in terms of its construction and its access to the amenities in the area. You are in a really exclusive part of Redwood. It's that little enclave between QE2 Drive and Cranford Street. Not many houses at this address, so you are quite a quiet neighbourhood, far away enough from the main arterial routes not to hear it, really, but you've got excellent access to the other regions if you so choose. The brand new Pack and Save, I understand that's been built like a war bunker. If there is an earthquake, that Pack and Save is the one that will survive. So look, this is the place to be on any occasion. And the house itself, configuration is just excellent, really typical of that era in terms of its floor plan, very clever, a lovely outdoor area. The garden is immaculate. It's a pride and joy for our owner. One of the reasons she's decided it's time to move on, she's going to simplify her lifestyle and you're going to improve yours or certainly your rental portfolio. A lot of good sense here. So let's get underway, Kay, here at number 38A in Greenwich Street. Some call it Greenock. If your colour of your money's green, you'll be in with the look today, bidders and buyers. Just let me know where you see value. Let's start me away with an opening bidder offer here at 38A Greenwich Street. Opening bidder offer. Not for sale at 400,000. Maybe that's a sensible place to kick things off. What do you say, bidders and buyers? If you don't place a vendor bid at that level, I look for 400,000. Opening salvo. Very well then, a vendor bid at 400. At 400,000, the bid is with me. First call, I seek 25 on the rise. Second call at 400,000. Third, 425. Nice to meet you, sir. In front of the bidding at 425. My opening bidder at $425,000. First call. Who takes me now to 450? Second call. Good sized bedrooms. There's no painful single bedroom here. That's going to underpin your value when it comes time to sell. Third and final call at $425,000. So I'm going to place another vendor bid. It'll be my last at $450,000. Encourage you to come in above that and perhaps for a chance to have a conversation about owning the property. But at $450,000, the property stays with my lovely owner. First call at $450. Can I say $475? You did not just give me $1,000, did you say? Would you call it 5? At 450,000 bids with me, can I take 5 from you and we'll have a chat? We'll go 451. Well, you're very polite in ignoring me, sir. At 450,000, I'll take the 1. It's a chance for a conversation. You will know it's not for sale at that price, sir. At 451,000, if there's no better bidder offer, I start a chat with this good man here at 451. First call, second call, third and final call. Well, sir, lucky position for you. You've got first right of negotiation, not the only right. If there is any change, let us know, folks. We'll be back with you very soon.
Atamarie, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I take you now to 10 Whites Tramway Road in Holmwood, represented by Lucy Zhao to my left. Good luck to you, Lucy. Good luck to our owners. Now, just before we do, I'd just like to introduce Lynn Cawthorne. She's up the front. She's our property manager, our business development property manager. I always get the title slightly wrong, Lynn. Business development. What that means is if you have a rental, if you're thinking of buying a rental, please talk to this lady. She's got the most information about how the rental market in Christchurch is going. She knows what's in demand, and she could be talking to you about how to better your portfolio. And I believe she's good for a coffee and a muffin for that chat as well. So even if you don't have a rental, pretend that you do, and Lynn will take care of you. Now back to our next property in the lineup. That is 10 Whites Tramway Road in Holmwood, formerly described as an estate in freehold, comprised of 473 square metres, more or less, all contained and described on that record of title Lucy has provided to you over the last 3 weeks. Now, settlement, that's proposed for Wednesday the 18th of June 2025, or any other date mutually agreed in writing already with our owners. That list of chattels, that remains unchanged, and I take it that you have read and understood further terms 23 through to 25 of the contract. You bid, you buy on that basis today. Now, the home itself, now it impresses from the word go walking in, and you get greeted straight away with that second living area, easily partitioned off for that movie watching, that reading, the escape from the rest of the family, and then into the main living area itself, that wonderful kitchen island, that walk-in pantry, all important in this day and age for me. You've got a separate laundry to contain the family chaos. You've got 4 wonderful sized bedrooms, that double garage, that insulated door, that's all ready to go. And Lucy, am I right in saying 8 years master guarantee still left on the property? So you're taken care of for the next 8 years, and look, the outside all done for you, but there's room for you to add your landscaping touch and make it your own. All of this situated in Holmwood, wonderful suburb. You've got Holmwood Quarry, walking distance. If you're in trouble with the spouse, you've got Moffat's Flower shop just across the road to make all problems go away. You've got mountain biking tracks up on the Port Hills. This is a wonderful place to be, and if you need that weekend escape an hour away and you're in Akaroa, it is a pretty marvellous location. So I look for an opening bid or offer. Who gets us underway here on Whites Tramway Road? Perhaps $800,000 to start? Well, Lucy, I'll move on a vendor bid on behalf of our owners at $800,000. My suggestion, maybe $40,000 to move us along to $840,000. First call at $800,000. Second, third time. Well, look, I'll move on a vendor bid then at $840,000. You've got Holmwood Shopping Centre just down the road, that wonderful new world. Everything you need on the way home on that drive from work from the central city. First call at $840,000. $880,000 would be my suggestion. Second, third call. Well, look, I'm surprised, but I'll do one more vendor bid at $880,000. I thought we might have somebody in the room, Lucy, but otherwise we'll move to work with the conditional market at $880,000. Right, Lucy, I'm going to pass it in at $880,000, but I know that we're ready for stage 2 of this campaign. I know we've got people waiting, so I'm going to announce an asking price, which I think is very sharp and exciting, of $939,000. All offers will be presented on Wednesday, the 11th of June at 2 p.m. So deadline Wednesday, 11th of June, 2 p.m. If you are interested, get in. There's open homes this weekend. Ring Lucy. She could have you through this afternoon if this home feels like it is the one for you. A wonderful, wonderful property. We'll be back shortly to Murfitt Place in Sockburn. Thank you so much.
All right, bidders and buyers, got an update for you here at number 1 at 28 Strickland Street. There was some good discussion outside of the room. Sam Bowen and his team working away with our good friend Margie and George and her clients, and their clients, I should say. There's an increase to obviously a higher level. Our owners have opted under clause 2.6 to withdraw the property, and to some very lovely purchases at $635,000 the property has been withdrawn and very happily been sold. Congratulations to our new owner, all the very best. You'll love it in the neighbourhood. I live in the neighbourhood. I didn't tell you that before. I thought you might pull out of the deal. But it's a great place. And George, always good to work with you. Sam, thanks very much for your assistance there. And Catherine and Peter, wherever you are in the world, wonderful campaign as always. All right, bidders and buyers, we now go to Sockburn. It is number 14A, Murfitt Place. It's brought to the market by Nico Foran and Sam Bowen from the St Albans office. I know, Nico, you've had a great campaign there, met lots of lovely people, including the neighbours, the people in the local neighbourhood. It's a wonderful location in terms of its access to amenities. You've got the Hub Hornby, a short drive away, another short drive to the educational heartland of Christchurch, in and around the Riccarton area. Plenty of shopping opportunities. This home itself is really well ensconced in a very quiet cul-de-sac. It is absolutely private as Murfitt Place, and you are here on a rear section, so even more tranquil. Inside, the configuration of the floor plan is very, very good. It lends itself to modern family living. You may choose to enhance and add value. Look, that's absolutely up to you. The upside to investing a little bit of elbow grease in a property like this, in a location like this, is just so obvious. Nice, manageable outdoor area as well. By all accounts, lovely neighbours. Bidders and buyers, this is entry level, but really, really clever buying. So I'd encourage you in your bidding here at number 14A Murfitt Place in Sockburn. I look now for an opening bid or an opening offer. Who's going to start us away? 400. Who says go? Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. At $400,000, my opening bid. From the opening bidder, where to from here, bidders and buyers? Is there 425? At $400,000, I count it down. Once called at 400. Second call at 400,000. Good garaging. Third and final call at 400,000. Right, I'll place a vendor bid at 425. Encourage you to come back into the fray at 450. At 425, bids with me. First call. 430. Now, that was Dad's advice, wasn't it? At $425,000. At 430, I tell you what, I'm inclined to work with you at $430,000. Vendor's here to buy, but sell, I should say, but it's got to stack up at $430,000. Gosh, there should be a sea of hands at these levels. Once called at 430. Second call at $430,000. Third and final call. I'm going to place a final vendor bid at 450. That is it from me. Line in the sand at 450. Encourage you to come back at 475. I'm sure you'll take my advice. I thought you might say that. At 455,000, she's got her instructions, she's got her training. At 400, I'm South African, so we better pause and take a breather. At 455. At 455, any better bid, any better offer? All right then, first right of negotiation, we'll have a quick chat outside of the room at 455. The auction is open. Any change, let us know, and we'll be back with you very soon.
Kia ora, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience. I take you now to 42 Aintree Street in Bishopdale, brought to the market by Alan Buckingham. A wonderful campaign, Alan, over 50 groups through this wonderful home. Good luck to you, good luck to our owner here this morning. Now, the property itself, formally described as an estate and freehold, comprised of 1,103 square metres, more or less, which is an exciting plot of land in Bishopdale, all formally described in that record of title that Alan has provided to you over the last 3 weeks of the campaign. Settlement, that's proposed for the 18th of July 2025 or any other date mutually agreed in writing already with our owner. Now, the list of chattels, that remains unchanged, and I take it that you have read and agreed to further terms 23 through to 25. You bid, you buy on that basis here today. Now, it's always important to note how long an owner has been happily content in a house for before they release it, because my owner has been here for over 40 years. Is that right, Alan? 40 years. It tells you how comfortable this has been. I believe it's been home to raising kids and grandkids. It is still the place that people circle back to. I think our owner wants to get rid of it, so they stop coming back. It's so comfortable. And you can see why once you're inside. 4 good-sized bedrooms, there's 2 bathrooms, that master suite off the end, perfectly placed for that extra bit of privacy for the owners down the end. You've got that wonderful living area with the kitchen, dining open up, and then that separate living area serviced by that log burner. I think you'd absolutely roast in there in winter. It would be the place to be. You've got 2 heat pumps looking after you. You've got a moisture master system and a 4-week-old hot water cylinder, so you are set up for years to come. And I believe that there's a EQC rebate as well, Alan, over $20,000 to be passed back to you as soon as you become the owner. Well, that sounds like a lotto win to me. I would love that. The section, huge amount of gardens, huge amount of space for you to do what you want, that double garaging, plenty of off-street parking all down that shared driveway, so you've got rear and a private property. And of course it's in the sought-after Bishopdale, little park at the end of the street, so your grandkids, your kids, they can just wander out within 3 houses. They can be playing where you can keep an eye on them. It's a lot of house, a lot of opportunity here. So I look for an opening bid or offer. Who wants to get themselves into Bishopdale? Happy to suggest a price, perhaps there's 600,000. A lot of house. Hello, sir. Welcome into you at 600,000. Good luck today at $600,000. My suggestion from here, say 625, would be my next suggestion at 600,000. A lot of house to be talking about at this level. First call at 600. Second. Third opportunity. Sir, it'll be no surprise to you. I'm going to move on behalf of my owners again at 625. 650 is my suggestion. 626. Not going to buy the house at 626, but we could perhaps have a conversation at 626. Look, I'm going to do one more vendor bid, sir, at 650, and then I'm out at 650. Would you give me that one now at 651? At 650 with me on a vendor bid. 651, thank you for working with me, sir. If you keep listening to me today, you're going to be walking out with the keys. At 651, right, if there's no other interest in the room, we're going to pause here and have a conversation. Once, twice, thrice called. Right, sir, let's find a room. Let's have a conversation. We'll see if we can get you into Aintree Street. Paused at 651. The auction's open and live. If anybody else has a change of mind, just grab Alan and wave over to us, and we'll be back with you shortly to take you to Westbelt in Rangiora. Kia ora and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If I could have your attention again, please. We're just going to jump into our 11 o'clock slot. We're just jumping forward in the catalogue to Webb Street in a moment, but I do notice that the room has changed a bit. A few of you have joined us since we started, so I'd just like to run through those rules of auctions. Just a reminder of how we operate. Make sure we're all on the same playing field. So our properties today, they're being offered for sale subject to reserve prices. So if the top accepted bid matches or betters that reserve, why then you'll be buying the property. As auctioneers, we may nominate the sums in which we raise the bidding. So we might say 10,000 or ask you for 20,000. We also may refuse any bid if we do not deem it in the best interest of our owners. If there's an absence of bidding, we may choose to place a bid on behalf of our owners. If we do this, we'll clearly label it that to you that is what we're doing. We'll refer to it as a vendor bid, and we will only do that under those reserve prices that I've mentioned. I do note there are a few agents in the room assisting people with their purchasing today. We will endeavour to point them out to you so that you know who they are and what they're involved with. Now, our owners may withdraw their property from sale at any point up to and even during the auction. Well, the key thing there, what that means is we might pause with the top bidder, we may take one of the negotiation rooms, we may have a conversation, and they may reach agreement outside of the auction room, and they may sell it out there. It may not be brought back in, so my best advice to you, hold the top bid, and we're either selling to you or we're talking to you first. Now, if there's any confusion on any bids at any point, we'll take the first one we notice, and if needed, we will revert to the last undisputed bid before we then resume the auction. Those are the rules, the last two things. The key thing for you is if you hold that winning bid, when the gavel comes to the lectern, like so, you're going to join our agents to do two things. One, you'll sign that memorandum of contract and acknowledge you've received the approved REA guide. And secondly, you'll arrange that payment of your 10% deposit. All nice and simple. Now, to 16A Webb Street in Murrievale, represented by Lucy Zhao. Lucy, a wonderful campaign. Good luck to you today. Good luck to our owners. The property itself, formally described as an estate in freehold, comprised of 331 square metres, more or less, all contained and described on that record of title that Lucy has provided you throughout the last 3 weeks. Settlement, that's down for the 18th of June, 2025, and that list of chattels, that remains unchanged. I do take it that you have read and understood further terms 23 through to 25. You bid, you buy on that basis today. Now, this big red brick beauty is a wonderful home, substantial, well built. You go inside, you've got that wonderful spacious kitchen island serving out to the dining room, out to that courtyard underneath the louver tech system. That is a wonderful setup, that separate lounge off to the side. I was there on Sunday and it was so warm, and as I progressed upside, the whole second level just full of light, so many windows at all angles. Downstairs you've got one guest bedroom if you've got older guests visiting. Upstairs the rest of your rooms, that master bedroom giving access to the bathroom directly, and the property itself low maintenance, and of course in Webb Street, the all-important location of Murrievale Village, just a walk away. This is, 10 minutes, Lucy, into Central City. This is a sought-after location with a wonderful, substantial family home. I'm going to get things underway on a vendor bid of $1,250,000. Very exciting place to start in Webb Street. My suggestion from here, $50,000 to get into the fray. First call at $1,250,000. Second, third call, happy to move then on a vendor bid at 1.3. Wonderful double garage there, off-street parking, all behind that gate, keeping your prize car collection all safe and tidy at 1.3. 1.35 is my suggestion where we go next. Once called then, hesitant room. Second, I'm worried that you don't know what value looks like in Webb Street. Third, final call. I'll do my one last vendor bid then at $1,350,000. Exciting numbers on Webb Street. Once, twice, thrice called. Right, Lucy, I know that there is interest waiting to see if it doesn't sell today, so I'm going to pass back into your hands to work with the conditional market. The next stage of the campaign has begun at $1,350,000 passed in. Clearly worth more than this, a substantial home in a fantastic location. Good luck to you, Lucy. Good luck to our owners. I hope to see a sold sticker in the next few weeks. Thank you so much. Kia ora, good morning. If I could have your attention, please. I take you now back in the order, back to 117 West Belt in Rangiora, brought to the market by Kay Caddick. A busy day today, Kay. Well done to you. And a fantastic campaign here, over 40 groups through. Now, the property itself, formally described as an estate in freehold, consisting of a whopping 2,489 square metres, more or less, all contained and described on that record of title that Kay has provided you over the last 3 weeks. Now, settlement that's suggested for the 31st of July 2025 or any other date, mutually agreed in writing already with our owners. Now, that list of chattels remains impressive and unchanged. I do just note that the outside security cameras are excluded, but there are lots of other treats on that chattels list that will more than make up for it. Now, I do take it that you've read and understood further terms 23 through to 25 of the contract. You bid, you buy on that basis here today. Now, it's not every day that you get the chance at a property like this. 1970s architecture is on full display here, and what an impressive home this is. Kay and I got so excited wandering around, exploring all the rooms, and you just stumble on the next living area, and then the next living area. It just keeps on providing that wonderful modern kitchen, the heart of the home, and throughout you've got multiple heat pumps, fireplaces to keep you warm and toasty. One of the exciting things for me is that you've got the bedrooms on one wing with the master suite down the end, and then on the other end of the house you've got another wing, and there's an ability to separate if you need. For me, I think that could be my parents when they need more company and don't want to be alone. Perhaps it's rowdy teenagers. Perhaps you want to co-parent some children, but you don't want to be too far from each other. I'd shove my ex-spouse in one end and I'd take the other for myself. Or I believe it did play home to a doctor once upon a time, working from home, just providing that separation, and so many options for you in the living here. Outside, this property just keeps giving. As I said, over 2,000 square metres. It almost feels like a little homestead. There's lawn to play, there's a kids' fort, and then won my heart, of course, when I spied the chicken coop in the corner. There's a bounty to be had here, veggie gardens, your own eggs. This is the life that Rangiora can provide you, and I haven't even mentioned the other parts, which is the sauna and the spa. It feels like you could almost be running a retreat here out in the country. There's just so much on offer. But Kay, I'm going to get things underway on a vendor bid at 900,000, a very exciting number to be starting the auction at when there's this much home on offer. At 900,000, my suggestion from here, 25,000, perhaps 50,000 is an exciting number. There is so much house on offer here in Rangiora. First call at 900,000. Second, third, final call at 900,000. I'm shocked, Kay, but I know that there are people watching online waiting for updates from you. I'm not going to do any more vendor bids at 900,000, clearly worth more than this. An exciting property. I'm going to hand back to your hands, Kay. Good luck to our owners. I know that they're ready for open homes this weekend. I expect there to be a line down the driveway to see this home. Even if you're not looking to buy, it's worth a visit just to get a lesson in beautiful 1970s architecture. A wonderful home. Good luck to our owners. And good luck to you, Kay. I think you'll be rung off the hook on this one in Westbelt in Rangiora. Thank you so much, and we will be back with you shortly to take you back to Murfitt Place.
Shiny lights and purple sky, everything's so bright. 기다려왔어 지금이야. Turn off your phone and off your mind. Look at you so bright. 멈출 수 없어 지금이야. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Come on up, enjoy your ride. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Just be ready to enjoy your night. Oh, baby, it's right now. You don't wanna waste this time. 어디든지 가줄게. Yeah, I don't know what can't stop. 이루어질 거야. I'll take you to the moon. 춤을 left and right. You know you feel so right. 다른 시선 따윈 don't care. 무기타 져라 소리쳐. You know you feel so right. 이제부터가 시작이야. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Come on up, enjoy your ride. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Just be ready to enjoy your night. Oh, baby, it's right now. You don't wanna waste this time. 어디든지 가줄게. Yeah, I don't know what can't
All right, bidders and buyers, thanks very much for your patience. I turn your attention back to 38A Greenwich Street in Redwood. We left the room on a live bid at $451,000. There was some good discussion outside of the room and an increase with our very astute investor purchaser. He increased his bid to $480,000, not quite at a level my owner deems necessary in order to move on to her next chapter. But bidders and buyers, interest north of 480, it should clearly be there, the value. If an investor's offering 480, what does that tell you? We're in the ballpark. Please give Kay a call if you're north of $480,000. I'll just remind you what's on offer here. Really generous bedroom accommodation, great permanent material, robust construction, a very quiet cul-de-sac in that little enclave of Redwood, hop, skip and a jump to the brand new Pack and Save. Really great access to the other regions via the main arterial routes, but it's tranquil, private, and by all accounts, lovely neighbours. So better than that level, please call Kay today. You'll be most impressed upon inspection. All right, now we go to Papanui, and this lovely option, this property has been brought to the market by none other than Jack and Jan, otherwise known as Marshall and Morley. That is the more formal description for Jack and Jan. They're a dynamic duo. They certainly list some good quality property. This really is no exception, quite a highlight for me, I have to say, certainly in terms of its location. It is number 20 Blair Avenue in Papanui. It is a freehold title, 300 square metres of very manageable but highly valuable land. Lot 1, deposit plan 78345, and your settlement date the 11th of June 2025. Now that's just around the corner. There is certainly some flexibility in that regard. Just talk to the team. The home itself, look, lovely floor plan. You've got that really open plan downstairs area, absolutely drenched in sunlight. You can just about, on my screen, it is absolutely sun-drenched throughout. I just think that adds to the appeal. Vitamin D is good for the soul. You get plenty of it here. Really nice functional kitchen. Bedroom accommodation upstairs, absolutely ample, really good sizes, all of them. And there's just a good sense of space and grace throughout this property. The parcel itself is so manageable. You've got those lovely trees as you walk in. First impressions are really good. And the location, hey folks, look, you've got wonderful Thai restaurants, the movies, a short walk away. Don't forget KFC. I mean, how good's that? That's got to be worth a bid or two. So let's get underway, bidders and buyers. Number 20, Blair Avenue in Papanui. I look for an opening bid, an opening offer. Who starts us away? Where do we say go? Not for sale at $600,000. Maybe that's a good place to start. Folks, it's a lot of home at that level. Surely there's a bid at $600,000. All right, then a vendor bid at $600,000. I count it away. First call at $600,000. Second call, I look for $650,000 on the rise. Third and final call at $600,000. Any better bid? Any better offer? I'll place the vendor bid then at $650,000. Jack, Jan, it makes good sense. Put a line in the sand at that level. Surely not for sale at that level at $650,000. Once called, second call with those lovely cypress in the garden. Third and final call, beautifully established setting. Hey, lots of tranquility on offer here. I think I've counted 3 times at $650,000. Jack, I don't see any unconditional bidding here today, but I know you and Jan have people to talk to in the wider market. Folks, this is a very sizable floor plan at these levels. In fact, I'm going to increase that bid to $675,000 before I hand it back to the team. Ladies and gentlemen, it's clearly better than $675,000, but please go and take a look. I tell you what, you'll be able to put your own stamp on this home in this location with this clever floor plan. The upside is so obvious. You get to reap the benefits. All you need to do is make the call and the team will get you through. Property's passed in. Back with you shortly. All right, bidders and buyers, look, thank you so much for patiently waiting. You've waited for good reason, because I think the home with the best feel is available to you for competitive bidding now. And I say that on good authority. I had a wonderful visit to number 55 Marblewood Drive in Papanui just the evening before last. Our lovely owner, who has fastidiously maintained this home, was cooking away a storm for her very precious son. He seems like a lovely young man, possibly a future Prime Minister. So this home seems to create good manners and good work ethic. He'd done all his chores. Hey, look, the home itself is just a fabulous floor plan. This really does make good sense. You've got a separate living space, or open plan in some way, but separate from a second living space, kitchen and dining area. That offers a versatility that I think really will suit modern family living. In terms of entertaining, you can entertain your guests into the late night while the young ones are fast asleep in some very ample bedroom accommodation. It has the bonus of that smaller fourth bedroom, or indeed it could be a study. Its location, its proximity to the front door lends itself to a home office situation, so maybe that could suit you and your business down to the ground. Great garaging. This particular street is really lovingly placed in Papanui. It's very private, it's super tranquil. You've got lovely neighbours. I met some of them upon my visit walking down the lane. Everyone takes really good care of their homes. You've got excellent street appeal. I just think this is a fabulous place to invest your money, certainly a great place, a safe place to raise your young people. So here at 55 Marblewood Drive, let's get underway. I should, just one moment, introduce our lovely listing agents. I almost forgot. Michael Chan and Joy Tan. It rhymes, and they're in perfect harmony with their real estate work from our St Albans office. Great work. Let's get underway trying to identify the new owner at number 55 Marblewood Drive in Papanui. Bidders and buyers, who starts us away with an opening bid or offer? Where do we say go? Not for sale at 800,000. Maybe that's a good place to start. You look like astute property people. Would you like to open the bidding at 800,000? All right, then, a vendor bid at 800,000. The bid's with me on behalf of my owner. At 800,000, once called at 8 and 00. Those people watching online, if you've got interest, make the call to Michael. We'll get your phone bidding now at 800,000. First call, second call, third and final call at 800,000. Any better bid? Any better offer? Michael, I'm going to be quite clear and increase the bid here to 900,000. The value is most certainly here. This is a substantial home, really wonderful floor plan. I think I've mentioned that about 3 times, but it is for me the point of difference at 900,000 once called. Second call, that grass has hardly been digitally enhanced. It is immaculate. Third and final call at $900,000. Any better bid? Any better offer? Look, Michael, I don't see any unconditional bidding here today. It does surprise me, but it's a wonderful opportunity for the wider conditional market. Folks, if you are in a position where you need to sell your house or raise finance or just confirm a bit of insurance, please give Michael a call. This home should pass your tests with flying colours, such as the standard to which it has been maintained. It's been a very happy home for our owner. Look, her instructions are very clear. I'm going to increase the bid, and we price the property at $1,045,000. At $1,045,000, all offers presented at a time Michael will provide to you. Folks, this is $135,000 below its RV. I think the heading's going to demonstrate that as well. This is excellent value in this very popular location. So at $1,045,000, folks, please make the call to Michael or Joy. They'd be happy to get you through. And I tell you what, when you go and take a look, you'll think, I'm really glad I made the call. Property's passed in. Back with you very shortly. Or does that conclude our day? Back with you shortly.
If I could have your attention, please. I take you back now to 42 Aintree Street in Bishopdale. We paused some time ago on a live bid of $651,000. We've had some robust discussions in our side rooms, and there's been an increase in the offer to $700,000. Our owner does hold the property in slightly higher regard than that, so I open it back up to bidding at $700,000, even for, say, $5,000 at $700,000. First call. Second, third, final time. Well, I'm going to pass the property in then at $700,000, and I know that there are people waiting for updates this afternoon. So if you've got interest above that level, please get in touch with Alan, and I'm sure he can get you through this afternoon and get you on paper tomorrow if you so wish. A wonderful four-bedroom family home in Bishopdale, passed in at $700,000, and we'll be back with you for an update on Murfitt Place in one moment.
All right, but thanks very much for waiting. I turn your attention back to Sockburn. It is 14A Murfitt Place. Hey, this is a wonderful permanent material home. Really, really great privacy on a quiet street. We left the room on a live bid at $455,000. There was some good discussion with our highest bidder and an increase to $510,000. Not quite at a level my owner deems satisfactory, but look, we are in the ballpark. So if you've got interest north of that $510,000, it is crucial that you make the call to Sam or Nico, and they'll get you through. All offers on this property will be presented this evening. Don't delay. I say in the grand scheme of things, in terms of our market, in terms of our burgeoning city, if you're buying 3 bedrooms at this level, you're in the money. So I think that concludes our day, does it, Hayden? Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here at the Holmwood Auction Room. There's a big crowd here, ready to rock and roll, have some lunch at the Elia Cafe. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next Wednesday.